And one of the game's elite closers, Kyrie Irving, describes his approach down the stretch.
For me, I just try to feel out the game, think about plays that I could run in order to execute. That kind of I've been holding on to, paying attention throughout the whole entire game where either it's attacking the big or attacking my man.
Greg, that's reminiscent of quotes we used to hear from Kobe Bryant, how certain moves and possessions set up defenders for the next time.
Well, Kyrie definitely has that Mamba mentality. Kobe was a big influence on him, as we all know.
P.J. Washington.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
And they've taken advantage of the turnovers they've caused, getting a lot of their offense straight off their defense.
They've got Joe Harris. He's out there with Mills. Griffin is out there with Bruce Brown. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. We're one of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch onto. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Claxton off the mark there with the three-point shot. Hornets leading by 18. To the paint. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nicholas Claxton.
The Hornets shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
So for the Nets, Durant's checked in for Bruce Brown. Seth Curry comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Patty Mills. The Hornets also changing it up. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Harrell. Hayward comes in for McDaniels. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Ball. And the pass to Hayward. And Hayward with the stuff.
I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
Curry finds Griffin, shoots over Washington. The quick look, no good that time. Here's Rozier. The rebound by the Nets. Durant inside. Defended by Hayward. And KD the bucket on the assist by Griffin. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Charlotte. Passes it to Washington. Bridges kicks to Oubre. Shoots it up. Not enough on that one as it misses. Hornets leading by 18. Rozier with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
So for the Nets, Drummond comes in for Blake Griffin. And Simmons subbed in for Nicholas Claxton. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Washington.
Excellent recognition from Kelly Oubre right there. So solid, sensing when one of his guys is open.
And every year, Terry Rozier seems to get better. Specifically, Greg, becoming a more efficient and lethal scorer.
I mean, he's improving his percentages over the years, especially his three-point shooting. When he came into the league, was not a threat from deep. Now, you have got to honor that outside shot.
With his length and his size, how easy does KD make that dunk look?
Charlotte's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ballgame. Here's Hayward. The second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in.
Gordon Hayward.
Hayward's got 4 points in the quarter.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
And they double up Simmons. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
He got a little ahead of himself there trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Martin's checked in for Charlotte.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And the Nets miss again. The Hornets have gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%.
An excellent defender, whether Simmons is in the post or roaming the perimeter. He's a shot-blocking threat.
Shot's good. What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Shot's good.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Mills comes in for Irving. Charlotte also making some changes. Harrell, he's checked in for Miles Bridges. McDaniels comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Ball subbed in for Rozier. Now, here's Ball. He's got 10. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
I'll tell you, he's playing with much more discipline here in the second quarter. He is waiting for good opportunities and capitalizing.
And Ball slams it in.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
Aldridge can't get it to go. And here is McDaniel. Here's Ball. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Gordon. How important was it to come out strong in the first half?
Yeah, extremely important, especially against a team like this. We got to be solid on defense all game, no transition buckets. So the start of the third is going to be huge.
That's where a lot of games are won. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. What a start for LaMelo Ball. He had 12 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Hornets' first half?
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench. These guys deliver.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Their effort on the board has been horrendous. That's a good way to get blown out. Only way they can turn this thing around is to start winning the rebounding battle, to win the battle of possession. Otherwise, they're my favorite. Avocado toast.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Charlotte has gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. On the court for the Hornets. Out in the wings for them, Rozier and Hayward. Bridges out there with Plumlee, and it's Ball in at point guard.
If you look at the leaders in rebounding, it's almost a sure thing that Drummond's name is going to be near the top of that list. That's the kind of impact on the boards he's made over his career.
Here's Simmons. After Terry Rozier's basket, Irving can't hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the shot goes in.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And Greg, when it comes to players who've led the league in rebounding, very few have done it as many times as Drummond.
And the guys that have done it more than twice, like Andre, I've got some good news for him. Every one of them is either in the Hall of Fame or soon will be.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
It's really been a tale of two halves, hasn't it, guys? As far as taking care of the basketball, immaculate at halftime, but he's had too many miscues here in the second half.
Washington's checked in for Mason Plumlee. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing.
Curry gets the bucket.
Curry.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you for the baton, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, of course, marches to the beat of his own drum. At times, that might rub people the wrong way, but Kyrie says, I've learned lessons from it. That's the most beautiful and exciting part, just the growth. What I'm saying is, it's always been bigger than the game for me. And guys, you have to respect his willingness to go it alone.
You do indeed, D.A. Thank you for that portrait. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Bridges. Rozier the pass to Bridges. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
You know, and every year, it just seems like Rozier gets better. You see his drive, the hunger, the desire to keep improving.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Griffin's checked in for Andre Drummond. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Simmons. And Harris subbed in for Curry. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Oubre's checked in. Now here is Harris. Irving for 3. Bridges with the board.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Inside. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got his first points of the game.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Rozier for 3. That one, no good. The Nets go the other way with it.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
KD's shot is off.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And finished off by Oubre.
Now the young fella showing no fear. Oubre driving in with reckless abandon.
To the middle, stolen by Washington. And now here's Oubre, fast break chance. The shot by Hayward wide open, and it's the Hornets another 3.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
I think this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
Bridges shot, good.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Harris outside. Nets passing it around. Here's Claxton. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Brown comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Mills in for Harris. The Hornets also changing it up. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. McDaniels comes in for Bridges. And Martin subbed in for Gordon Hayward. To stop the run. And Irving with the lay-in. Good.
The cleverness, the fearlessness. Kyrie Irving outstanding at finding spots inside to capitalize from.
And the basket by Rozier.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And so it's Charlotte with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. We'll take a quick break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Aldridge out there with Griffin. Then there's Bruce Brown. Then there's Dragic, and it's Mills in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Such a wide open look.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
It's Aldridge high post. Outside Dragic. Over in the corner, Brown. Off target from outside. Brown's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. The 17-footer. No good off the back of the rim. And it's Mills with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Here's Griffin. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Hornets shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. Plumlee. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Aldridge. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Harrell dishes to Plumlee. Griffin grabs the board. For Brooklyn, they've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Drummond's checked in for Brooklyn. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Richards is checked in. Pass to McDaniels. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
Out of bounds.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And the Nets making a change here. Thomas is checked in.
Cameron Thomas.
Off the inbound. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
The Nets shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. From 10 feet out, Thomas passes to Drummond, and the shot is good.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can, but right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Pass to Richards. To the inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Good possession there, exactly the way they drew it up.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Aldridge. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Brown. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Bouknight, he's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Stolen by McDaniels.
Last 2 minutes to play.
Ball's knocked loose. Claxton the pass to Dragic. The 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Thomas. The shot, no good. Hornets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time.
Nicholas Claxton.
That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Team second.
There's 1:40 left in the game. Martin kicks to Thomas. 5 on the clock. From past the arc.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Hornets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And what a huge standout performance it was
for LaMelo Ball.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Nets foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Now, something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes with their defense and then turn those turnovers into points.
Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The putback, and Drummond is right there.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Shooting for Charlotte.
First one falls for
Isaiah Thomas. Shooting 2.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
You know, Isaiah Thomas brings a great passion to the game of basketball. At 5'9", to find a way to be effective in the NBA is truly incredible.
And it's Drummond missing. And so it's Charlotte with it. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Dragic. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
At the line, Nicholas Claxton. At the line 2 times.
That free throw, no good. That one is no good. The pass to Bouknight. Here's Martin. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Harris. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Harris.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
Outside, Martin.
Nets foul. Cameron Thomas. His first foul. Team's 5th foul.
And that one falls for Martin.
Cody Martin. 2 shots.
Good on both. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Here with Gordon Hayward. Gordon, great effort for you guys tonight, and you get the win.
We did. We guarded extremely well. All-around effort by everybody. Great game. I thought we really moved the ball. Great win.
Excellent inside-out defense, Gordon. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.